All right, so the Yankees lost last night, ended their 6-game winning streak. Corey Kluber had to leave the game with shoulder discomfort after pitching just one inning all of last season with shoulder issues. But I'm not going to hit the panic button. I'm not going to hit the panic button. I'm not going to hit the panic button. Last night was unquestionably the worst post-game show that I've ever done on this channel. Not only did we have massive technical issues that required rebooting and relaunching the post-game, but the Yankees lost 6-2, and Corey Kluber got hurt coming off of his no-hitter. So all in all, it was just a terrible night. We did get a quote from Corey Kluber after the game that explained what was going on in that shoulder. The quote is as follows: "As soon as I got the arm going, it felt kind of heavy, not painful or anything. I tried to throw a few innings in hopes that the adrenaline would get going. I just wasn't quite able to. I felt like it was compromising my quality of pitches, combined with trying to be smart and not risk injuring something else." So to me, that leaves me a little bit optimistic. Sometimes when guys are pushing for that no-hitter like he was last week, even though he didn't have a ton of pitches, the adrenaline can be very stressful, and so it can take a lot more out of you than you realize. You might notice that the Orioles actually skipped John Means the start after his no-hitter. Now, he did throw more pitches than Corey Kluber, but it's not necessarily always about the number of pitches. It can be the stressful quality of the pitches. And even though Corey Kluber didn't show any outward signs of being stressed or under any kind of duress during that start, you know that he's really forcing himself to be accurate and deliberate with every pitch, and that can take a lot out of you. So my guess is that it's nothing that serious. I guess we'll find out. I'm not a doctor, but I'm hoping, I'm just crossing my fingers that it's just something like inflammation and that he may miss one start. My guess is we won't see him his next start. They'll probably be extra cautious with him. It may even be 2 starts. But the good news for all of you Deivi Garcia fans is that Garcia will likely step into the rotation. He's had a couple of up and down starts at AAA this year. His numbers at large are not amazing. He's made 4 starts. He's pitched 15 2/3 innings. He's got a 1-0 record with a 5.17 ERA. He's walked 12 hitters in 15 2/3 innings, which is way more than we're used to from him. But he did have one outing where his control was especially bad. He's had 21 strikeouts in 15 2/3 innings, so he does have the strikeout pitch working. He's got pretty good stuff. He's got a low to mid-90s fastball. He's got a good curveball. He's got a good changeup. Last year, the command was what impressed me the most, so I'm a little bit worried that the command has not been there this year. That tells me he's probably working on some other pitches, working on maybe some new mechanics, and he just has to refine them a little bit more. I have every confidence in Matt Blake to get this guy off to a good start. Now, obviously, it's up to Deivi Garcia to execute the pitches, but the pitching coach has been pretty good at getting guys to make adjustments that affect them. You know, we've seen a lot of Yankees go to more changeups this year. Last year when Deivi Garcia got to the major leagues, he switched which side of the rubber he was throwing from. So little adjustments like that can really change the way that a pitcher impacts the game. And Deivi Garcia was not good in his first outing with the Yankees this year. Went back down to AAA, probably working on a few things. My hope is that he comes back strong, and I think he will. One guy who has made some great adjustments is Domingo Herman. You might recall that he had a great spring training, and then after 2 pretty poor starts to begin the season, he was sent down to the alternate site. At that point, he was 0-2 with a 9 ERA, but since coming back in 6 starts, he is undefeated, and so far on this season, he is 4-2 with a 3.05 ERA. He's got a 1.93 ERA over those 6 starts since coming back. He's struck out 42 hitters in 44 1/3 innings. He's walked just 8, so that's a really good ratio. He has allowed 7 home runs, which is probably too many for the season. But again, over his last 6 starts, he's allowed just 3 home runs. So you can deal with a home run every other start. Domingo Herman should be able to right the ship tonight. I love the way he's been throwing the ball. He's been really aggressive in the zone. He's got a great changeup. He's got a great curveball. And he doesn't seem to be fazed by any of the distractions that he had coming into the season. and he's really rebounded. He seems like he's on a mission. So I'm feeling good about tonight's game. Domingo Herman should be able to give us a really good start and kind of reset that momentum a little bit. More positive signs last night from Clint Frazier. He had 2 hits. He's got 5 hits in his last 2 games since making that tweak to his batting stance after being out for, several days with the neck injury. He's got 5 hits in his last 2 games, and he's hitting the ball hard. Line drive up the middle early in the game, and then ripped one off the left field wall late in the game. He also made a really nice play out there in left field where there was a shot off the left field wall. He fielded it with his bare hand and threw a bullet to second base. He's got one of the best arms in baseball right now, and I feel like Clint Frazier might be turning the corner. He's playing with a bit more confidence. We all know he's a little bit of a free spirit, a little bit. And so you would imagine that once he starts playing well and starts getting that confidence going, he can go off on a run. So look for Clint Frazier to stay hot. He's obviously not going to get multiple hits in every game, so he may have a rough game here or there, but I think he's kind of turned the corner to where he's going to be much more consistent. One stat that I did find interesting this morning when I was scouring ESPN.com was that the Yankees actually rank 11th in Major League Baseball in home runs this season. They've got 58 home runs. That's 20 less than the Atlanta Braves, who pace Major League Baseball. The Yankees' opponent tonight, the Toronto Blue Jays, have 71 home runs. Of course, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. absolutely killing the ball this year. Looks like he found those 40 pounds that he lost this winter, though. But anyway, I digress. I do think it's a positive that as of late, the Yankees have not been as reliant on the home run. They've been getting more hits with runners in scoring position. Last night, they picked up 7 hits. They've had a number of games that they've won without the benefit of a home run, so that's good that they're able to do that. They have been reliant on outstanding pitching all season long, but you'd like to have that 3-run home run kind of in your bag to go to if you need it. If you fall down, let's say 6-2 like you did last night, it would be nice to be able to pop one out of the ballpark once you put a couple of guys on base. The Yankees threatened a few times last night, but were not able to get that big home run like we've seen in years past that can kind of change the game. So hopefully, as the weather heats up, as Giancarlo Stanton comes back into the lineup in the next few days, and as Luke Voit gets going, he's hitting the ball very hard on the ground. Once he starts to lift the ball and get used to that new baseball and the way that it's coming out of the pitcher's hands, I think he'll heat up a little bit. But right now, the Yankees are not killing the ball the way that they usually do. So hopefully that can get started soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. If you really enjoyed it, check out the swag section. We've got tons of great designs to support all your favorite Yankees. And if you simply cannot get enough Yankees content, check out the podcast version of this channel, The Frieze by NYY Recaps, available wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Derek. Thanks for watching.